What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Sci Fi Bookery. I'm Josh, and I know I said I was going to be cutting back on tag videos, but when I get tagged, I kind of feel obligated to do it. And this time it was my buddy Brian MR, and so I said, okay, I'll do it. If you don't know Brian MR, go check out his channel. He enjoys science fiction, reads science fiction, talks about science fiction, but the main part of his channel, the core of his channel, is historical nonfiction, which is not at all something that I enjoy reading, but for some reason I enjoy hearing about it. So it's kind of cool. He reads a lot of a lot of different kinds of historical nonfiction. Like usually historical nonfiction readers have like a specific genre like wars or ancient Rome or something like that. Brian reads a whole bunch of different kinds of stuff. So it's pretty cool. So check out his channel. Like I said, I'll link it down below. But let's get to this tag. This is the finish the book tag, and it's basically just a questionnaire of things that you do after you finish a book. So I thought this was kind of a cool one to do. Question 1, do you keep a list of the books you read? No, I don't. After watching Brian's channel, his video for this tag, I started a Goodreads, and I'll link it down below. It's not even close to being completely filled out. I got bored doing it at one point because I want to write good reviews for these books, or at least like honest reviews, and I feel like I couldn't do that quickly. So I kind of got bored with just plugging books in. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to keep filling it up. So if you want to follow me on there, it's down below. I don't know, whatever. Question number 2, if you record stats, what stats do you record? I don't know what stats are, so I really can't speak to that. I'm assuming it's like how many books you read or something like that, but yeah, I don't know. So no, I don't keep stats. I'm not really like a stats kind of guy. Number 3, do you give star ratings for books? And if so, what do you score books out of, and how do you come about that score? So, no, I don't give star ratings. I just jump on here on my channel and tell you what I think of the books. So I'll actually drop a link down in the description to my playlist for book reviews, and that's how I do it. Now that I'm on Goodreads, like I said, I have been clicking the star rating. So I don't know, I guess I've out of 5 stars then. That's what I'm doing. Number 3, do you review books? Yes, I literally just said that. The link's down there, just go click it. Number 5, where do you put your finished books? Now that's a interesting question. That was a good one. A lot of them go back up on the shelf or shelves, various places around the house. I'm back in the living room today, and I have a coffee table right here with a shelf underneath that's literally packed with books. There's also an end table over there that's packed with books. Nightstand in the bedroom, dresser in the bedroom. We have like a sitting room where I read sometimes. There's books in there. So I guess my finished books just kind of end up wherever they end up. I try to get them back on the shelf just so that they're not taking up space where I have books that I actually read. But yeah, I mean, they just kind of end up where they end up, really. Or I give them to people, once I read them, I'll pass them on. So maybe they're at someone else's house. Number 6, how do you pick your next book to read? I'm totally a mood reader. A lot of times, maybe I'm a mood reader for a chapter or even a page. But I have a rough TBR. My TBR is literally every book I own that I haven't read, and every book that I don't own that I haven't read. That's my TBR. But as far as what I read next, once I finish a book, I kind of take a little time to digest it. And while I'm doing that, I'll pick up something else. A lot of times I will go for short stories after reading a novel, just kind of as a palate cleanser, something quick to have another story in my head. But then after that, it's totally based on my mood. If it's a nice chill Sunday, I'll typically read like kind of a cozy sci-fi or a mystery or something like that. During the week, I tend to read stuff that's a little more amped up. Um, but yeah, it really just kind of depends on what I'm feeling. Number 7, this time I got it right. Would you have any rituals after you finish a book? I don't do rituals for anything really. But after finishing a book, I usually just like, take a deep breath and like, whoa, like if it was a great ending and the book was really good, I'm like, oh man. If the ending was terrible or I didn't like the way it went, I typically throw the book across the room. Um, I do not have a lot of respect for physical books. I know that's a weird thing in the booktube community. People tend to have reverence of books, but I mean it's just a physical object. So if it really makes me annoyed, I will chuck it across the room. I guess another thing that's kind of like ritualistic that I do is I completely download the entire book to my wife, who, God bless her, is the most patient woman I've ever met, and she will sit there and listen to me, sometimes not even absorbing anything that I say, but just knowing that I need to say it. And outside of this channel, I really don't have people that I talk to about books, not regularly. There are a few people that I can, mention a book and then they might have read it. But outside of this channel, she's the one that takes the brunt of my post reading download. So, that's, I guess, it's not like rituals, but that's kind of what I do when I finish it. And then at the end, of course, it says to tag somebody, but I'm a rebel and I'm not going to tag anybody, because I'm trying not to do as many booktube tags as I did before. But I will challenge anybody who wants to do this. If you're watching this video, do this, because this was actually a fun one to kind of sit and think like, wow, what do I do when I finish a book? Because it usually makes me kind of sad finishing a book. And this was sort of a therapeutic tag to work through. So Brian, thank you so much for tagging me. Check out Brian MR in the link below in the description. Coming up on the channel, guys, I launched the Book Was Better book club, and our first read is Jurassic Park. I'm probably gonna drop that video in a couple of weeks, so you have plenty of time to grab the book and read. I've had a couple of people say that they are actually reading it, and more people have said that they already read it and they want to participate in the conversation. So I'll also link that video down there and probably pop it up somewhere around here, maybe here. I don't know if this is mirrored, but I'll probably pop up that video just so that you can click on it after you're done watching this and see what that was all about, the Book Was Better book club. And thank you guys for all your suggestions too on that. I got a bunch of suggestions. The overwhelming majority of people recommended I Am Legend, so I'm gonna have to read that. I really love that movie, so I'm assuming the book is gonna be even better. And that's the thing, is sometimes the books might not be better, but I'm still keeping the name of the book club because I already made the logo. So what are you gonna do? All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me for yet another booktube tag. Thank you, Brian, for the tag itself. I'm Josh. This is a Sci Fi Bookery. We'll see you next time.